3 in the Palace of Versailles.
This movie takes place in 1553, yet the Palace of Versailles was not even built until 1664, and that's when it started construction. This is historically impossible.
In the Hall of Mirrors.
Why is there a Hall of Mirrors in the palace? Who built that? Who decided that'd be a good idea?
The King of France speaks to his young daughter.
So the king is a vampire now? Or does Henry II just not know the vampires existed? Or was Henry II never real and made up? Was Henry II actually a vampire? Is this an expose piece on the French monarchy?
Father.
Stereotypical vampire accents.
That is right, but we have not seen human around here for many, many years now.
No, they do not venture up to the castle like they used to. Word has spread that there are vampires here.
So you're telling me no one would try to rob the palace? I mean, I know there are vampires there, but even I'd try to rob a palace if there were vampires there. I'd take my chances and run.
Merelda, you are always wishing for these things you cannot have. Wishing that you could be human. It is pathetic. We are vampires.
This is essentially the plot of Hotel Transylvania.
Obviously, she is a teenager, so we do see, from what I remember, a little more angst in her performance. Play.
But Father!
Teen angst cliche.
You're disgusting, Dad!
COVID hazard.
Igor!
Yes, master!
Oh, Igor,
Igor.
I'll graft another on.
Where did the arm come from?
Esmeralda doesn't...
Actor forgets how to speak.
I love it when you speak to me in the ancient tongue, Father.
The ancient tongue of this France where we are.
Ancient French?
It reminds me of Mother, does it not you?
I do not like to speak of her.
I know.
Your poor mother.
Killed by a human.
The damn vampire hunters.
Oh.
Dead mother cliche.
In our palace. Nothing more than...
Hissing.
It is almost dawn now.
I must retire to my coffee.
Coffin.
Bentley! Bentley! Oh,
Sup, girl?
there you are, my friend. You must never let Father hear you speaking in your American accent. It does not...
Batley has an American accent that would not develop for another 200 years. How? Even if the accent did exist, how the hell would she know what it is?
Hey like that.
Yeah, your dad's just a douche.
Very period accurate language.
You bring me the berries to eat sometime and the food of the humans like the Lindt chocolate.
Lindt chocolate would not be invented until 1879, over 300 years after this is set.
But dawn is coming. You get some rest.
Of course.
Tomorrow night, meet me here at midnight. I'll turn you into a bat and we'll hit the town.
There was no town of Versailles due to the town being built around the palace. Igor.
I'm just sweeping.
Sweeping.
Isn't it exciting, Keith?
Okay, so the son's name is Keith.
And it's all ours, Dad. All of it. Me and you moving here.
Do you know how many Anglo-French wars there were? Sure, it had been 7 years since the last one, but there was no way the English would have been welcomed in France.
No, I don't remember the way that she looked at me when we last saw each other. I don't remember the 7 years.
Says he doesn't remember. Definitely remembers.
Fold down sofa.
Fold down sofa. Not invented until 1899, 340 years later.
Massage button pressed.
Massage sofas aren't even a thing now, which is a sin in itself, but massage chairs weren't even invented until 1950, 400 years after this.
Fantastic. Pass that 3-gauge over here.
The 3-gauge gun is a type of shotgun, which wasn't invented until 1877. In that time, they would have been using a matchlock small handheld gun.
Thank you. You see, this gun, loaded with silver bullets, will...
Silver bullets were not even referenced at all until the late 17th century, 100 years later. Bullets as we know them were not invented until 1841, with the mini ball. The only option they could have used back then were tiny molten balls of metal. Theoretically, they could have a silver metal ball, but I'm going to forgive their sin because of the mention of a bullet.
You see, Versailles has a history, an exciting history, a wonderful history that's been here for the last 200 years.
Versailles cannot have a 200-year history because that would make it 1353, in which Versailles did not exist because, as I had mentioned, it was built around the palace in the 1700s.
Of course. It was Mother that was killed by a vampire.
Dead mother cliché too, electric boogaloo. Being killed by what you don't believe in.
One thing you need to do, it doesn't matter if you care. You gotta put that bullet in a vampire's head. You gotta put that bullet in a vampire's head.
Okay, this song is awesome, so I'm going to take a sin away.
I'm gonna go out.
Lone actor excluded at the side will join the group.
Kill all of them. They'll bring our mother back. Just you wait.
This will not bring back your mother.
Brain, I do not want this.
Green screen failure.
We're here. Take me down, Bentley. Oh, oh.
Green screen failures too.
Bentley, where did you go? Oh,
Sorry.
Crashing into someone.
Oh, yes, I was just out for my evening stroll, like a real girl.
Make sure you stay in the shade, because it's breakfast.
Forgetting the time.
Sorry, my name's Sean.
So wait, his name is Sean now?
Bagels! Heart-shaped bagels!
Bagels were not around until 1610. No bagels!
I did not forgive David the sandwich seller. And for that, I now must die!
Dido from the Aeneid.
Fine. I'll sell breakfast later on when it's not breakfast time.
I believe that's called brunch.
Sometimes people called her
Yes.
Angelica.
Oh, good. No. Oh, they did?
Well, that was my auntie. They looked awful alike.
So was his aunt a vampire? What is she referencing here?
I didn't even get your name.
He received her name earlier.
For this.
I know, but it is with great import news.
Actor changed voices.
She looked like she was bringing herself, a human, to do things with.
Twilight.
My memory is so bad because of the hunt. I think I remember.
Open corpsing.
Yes, I shall follow them in smoke form.
The classic vampire act of becoming smoke.
Somebody call for a fireman?
Of course, thank you.
Yes, I'll observe the fire first. Do continue.
Firemen.
Of course. Sean. I'm Keith. Sean. Sean.
Yes, Dad.
Just reminding myself. Sean.
Dad, Keith?
Yes, that's me. I'm Keith. You're Sean.
I'm Sean, you're Keith.
Yes, Keith.
You are fine.
How many times is this man going to forget names?
Here we go. There we are.
That's a weird water bucket considering fire extinguishers were not invented until 1817 unless you use a squirt. Yes, that is the proper name. I'm sorry too.
Well, I'm confused, Father. Keith.
Yes, Sean.
Keith? Dad?
Sean.
Keith.
Sean.
Names.
Listen. Petunia wanted me to give you this when you became a man, which is today, as far as I'm concerned. It's a silver bullet with her name engraved on it.
Silver Bullet, a classic coming-of-age gift.
Meet my dad, Keith. Keith, Esmeralda. Esmeralda, Keith.
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 Sean Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, Keith.
Esmeralda. First name Ez, second name Merelda.
Again with the names.
Dad, to commemorate this moment, I want you to take a photograph of me and Esmeralda.
Of course.
Photographs were not made until 1826, and that setup was huge. The thing is hand are tiny. That doesn't exist.
Boss, come into our house.
Thank you.
Here we go.
She climbs through the window, and no one raises an eyebrow.
She's not in the photograph, as I thought. Bring down the cage.
This man has a cage installed in his house for no reason other than expecting a vampire to enter his home. How many vampires is he planning to invite into his house?
Petunia would be absolutely furious.
Why would Petunia be upset? She didn't even believe in vampires.
I've been looking at you through some binoculars.
Binoculars were not invented until 1825.
I know what loss feels like. This is very clear, I think you'll find.
It is very unclear.
Where are you?
I'm in Blackpool.
Blackpool.
Is that where we go when we die, Mother? We go to Blackpool.
That's where everybody goes where they die.
So is Blackpool heaven? Or hell? Is Blackpool purgatory?
My father Keith.
Keith, yes, Keith. Keith, Sean.
Keith.
Petunia,
Welcome.
Mother.
Names.
Igor.
So did Igor fly too? How did he get back?
I think perhaps it is time to summon the blizzard. Yes.
Not the blizzard.
Blizzard.
A blizzard in France? Does no one notice this? How big is this blizzard? It's clearly got to be strong. It's lifting her off the ground.
I'm sorry, Father.
And you promise you will never trust a human again.
I will never fall in love again.
Definitely not the advice he gave.
Then there is no choice. He must die.
Rash decisions.
A bat that talks.
Yeah, just don't be scared. Don't be scared.
It's all right. It's all right.
This man does not react at first to a talking bat, only becomes scared when told not to be scared.
I'm here to help you. You're Batley.
Esmeralda has never told him about Batley as far as we are aware.
It's guarded by a lot of vampires.
A lot of vampires, yet we only see 4 vampires. I don't know if that qualifies as a lot, but I say no.
It's either that, or you gotta let her die.
Let her die? Is her father going to kill her? She's a vampire, she can't die of natural causes, and I highly doubt her own father would kill her off.
You think you can operate this tiny machine gun?
Machine guns were not invented until 1884.
Come on, Batley. Let's kick some vampire ass.
Batley immediately turns on the vampires.
Help me, please! Help me! I was kidnapped and brought here. Please, help!
Batley does not recognize Igor despite knowing him for years.
You think a gun is a match for an axe?
An axe is clearly inferior to a gun. So how many bullets does he have? Clearly enough to spare, despite being able to carry probably around 8 at most in a gun of the times.
Torn in half!
Batley!
Dare you? Batley was my best friend, Father.
He was just a young boy turned into a bat, nothing more.
So he just committed first-degree murder of a human being. Okay, how is Batley not already dead? He was torn in half.
And I was so happy when I could take flight. But turning into a bat has been the worst thing in my life.
So wait, Batley is a vampire too? This is very unclear whether he was just cursed or a vampire stuck as a bat.
I am Sean! No, I'm not!
You're Keith, Dad.
Keith! This is Sean, my son.
Names, including forgetting your own.
Too many people have died, Dad.
And all but 2 by your own hand, apart from Esmeralda's dad and Batley. You have 3 times the body count of Keith.
Hey, Sean.
Terrible aim.
Hey, give me that silver bullet.
So wait, if he didn't use the silver bullet, how are all these vampires dead?
Do you believe in vampires now? No! Divorce official!
Inaccurate divorce.
My goodness. A curse breaker.
curse breaker. You're a born vampire. This isn't a curse. Unless all vampires are cursed? But that doesn't make sense unless curses can be passed through generations. Surely it should be a human transformation orb.
Sunshine.
You, sir, will you take a photograph of us?
Of course I will.
Thanks, Keith, Dad.
Henry attempts to join to no avail. Better luck next time.
Now you're my wife.
Have I?
Now I have you.
Oh my goodness, you didn't even need to ask.
Non-consensual marriage.